Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Two Tired Parents podcast. I'm Miles Weber.
I'm Heather Weber.
And we are tired.
Always.
Usually. Yeah.
Always. Most days. 99.9% of the time.
That is about the percentage I was going to guess. That is about...
Guess?
Yeah. I was going to make a guesstimate, and I was just like, is it 99.8 or 99.9? 98 would be good, because that's like 98 degrees, and we like that. Yeah.
We do.
That's neither here nor there, though. What is here and there, though, is our very special guest. Why don't you rock off with the intro, dear?
I will.
These transitions are seamless.
Seamless.
Yeah.
98 degrees to a guest. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. She is a very close friend of mine that I've known for 10 years
Probably.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was Fitness 19 days.
Yes.
So crazy. So she is a parent of two. She is a facilitator at Parents Empowering Parents Special Needs Support Group. She's an advocate for not only those with special needs, but parents of those with special needs. You're up to date, I feel like, on everything going on in schools and in the country and in our state and in our county. So, Nicole.
Oh, thank you for having me. What an awesome welcome. So I appreciate you guys hitting me up to do this.
Of
It's
course.
an honor.
Absolutely, yeah.
You guys are awesome people, and I'm happy to support in any way I can.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. You are an awesome person as well.
Yeah, doing all the things.
All the things, every single possible thing. We're trying to start things off a new way with our guests because this is like a common parenting thing that we think is pretty universal, and so we're going to test it by asking all of our guests
Yeah.
this because a friend of ours said it recently. When was the last time you were bored?
Oh, gosh.
Right?
Probably 18 years ago before.
Right? Because our friend hit us up one
To go
day.
do something.
Yeah, he was like, hey, I'm going to be at the amusement park across the street from y'all's house tomorrow if you're bored. And I was like, my guy, we haven't been bored in like almost 4 years. Like, what are you?
Even
Must not be
longer
a
than
parent.
That, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was just, and that's what made us think, just like, yeah, no, that's like bored is an inherently like single person's or like, we'll say childless person's.
I see that as freedom.
Yeah.
I haven't had that in a
Which
long
we just
time.
had to define to our son this morning.
We did have to decide. Yeah, it's funny that you said that. Yeah, he was just like, "What's freedom?" Because Aretha Franklin was on. And, yeah. So she's singing freedom, and he's like, "What freedom is?" And I'm just like, God.
Let's Google this. How do you answer this right?
I know, right? That's a hard one. That's the thing is he asks some things now, like, "What does that mean?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's a really
To
complicated."
do like
concept.
a 3-year-old
That's like a
definition
college
on
essay right
things.
there.
Yeah.
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 Right? Describe freedom.
And it was
this
over
dissertation.
breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
It's like your sources.
Yeah, we're like super tired, and then I'm just like, "You want to field this one, man?" And then you had a very eloquent answer too.
I
Like,
try and do it for a 3-year-old, even though I don't think his brain is a 3-year-old brain.
I mean,
a lot
yeah,
of the time.
he's probably a little further.
But I think I
along.
told him, I was like, if we were to put a whole bunch of your toys and stuffies in a room and we said you can play with anything you want, that would be freedom. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like,
Whenever, wherever.
yeah.
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 So you can do all the things. So
Which is, I thought you were going a different way with it when you were like, if we put you in a room. I thought you were going to be like, if we put in your room and we didn't let you out, and then eventually we did, that you now have freedom.
There's the dad brain right there.
I know. I was just like, is she going the prison route on this one? Like, that's
She's going the mom route.
right. And then I was like, oh, that's such a better way to go about it. Yeah, no, his toys. That makes sense. Like, yeah, because I was thinking Shawshank. Just like he's trying to tap Andy Dufresne.
oh my
Like,
gosh, not there yet.
not there yet. No, we're not at Shawshank level with him yet. No, that's his 4th birthday.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Gonna be Shawshank.
coming up.
What is he turning for?
December.
December.
So quick.
I know.
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
just pregnant with him? Man, time flies.
Feels like it.
She's cooking round 2.
We're doing it again.
We're doing the sequel.
And then we're done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. One of each. Perfect.
One of each, but also just like the physicality of it. Like,
Oh yeah.
the
You
pregnant
guys are
your
one of
second
like
time.
the healthiest people.
Even my
you know.
my tailbone begs to differ.
Well,
most
right now, yeah. Right
Oh
now.
yeah, she's every day. She's just like, I don't think we need a tailbone, and I'm just like, I mean, right now it feels like that, but I'd imagine the ramifications of just upright having your tailbone removed might not be the best.
My
once
deadlift
baby's
might
out.
not be as
Yeah,
good,
your
but-
deadlift probably isn't going to be as good.
Yeah,
but yeah, her tailbone's.
But yeah, just pregnant the second time is a completely
I
different
think it's just
beast.
as we get older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that, but like when you're raising a kid while
Because you don't get to
cooking
sleep.
No.
You know, it's harder.
What is that?
You can't rest when you want to rest.
No.
Yeah.
No. Even if I lay down on the couch with my eyes closed, he's like, "Wake up." I'm like, I don't
I know
want
that
to.
for almost
Open
18
your
years.
eyes.
Yeah.
18 years of it.
Constantly.
Can you tell us a little bit, I guess, about your journey as a parent, and then how like more the advocacy route kind of came to be for everything?
Speaking of 18 years ago,
Yes.
Raina, my daughter, she is the one that has special needs, and she's turning 18 this November. So
insane.
it's crazy.
Wow.
We had no idea what we were in for.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she was born with a rare genetic syndrome called Smith-Lemli-Opitz. And that's after the 3 genetic doctors who found the syndrome. Basically, her brain doesn't make enough cholesterol. The good cholesterol that we need for everything to fire properly so all the neurons can interact. And so because of this, she has intellectual disability and autism. So half of the children that have this Smith-Lemli-Opitz diagnosis will have autism as well.
Okay.
So her phenotype is more of the behaviors. And so handling her, raising her, that's been the hardest piece out of anything. It's not the intellectual disability, it's the behaviors, trying to go out places, whether it's shopping or restaurants or try to do family activities. That's been the hardest part. But luckily, Nathan came along. We were ignorant. We had no idea that she had the syndrome. We just thought autism because that was her first diagnosis at 2.5 years of age. I got the autism diagnosis by enrolling her in the UC Davis Mind Study.
Okay.
And so Kaiser kept telling us, "Oh, keep doing these therapies. She'll catch up. It's global developmental delay." And sure enough, we got autism, so we began to get behavior therapy. And then things were getting better with her feeding. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's just try this again. If I eat all organic foods, I use all organic products, I'm super healthy. And got pregnant like right away with Nathan, and
Super healthy.
super healthy. And so he was born, and I enrolled him in the UC Davis Mind Study for siblings.
Yeah.
Because they're tracking reoccurrence rate. And at this point, I didn't have her Smith-Lemli-Opitz diagnosis.
Okay.
So they followed him up until age 3. He's developing just fine. So luckily, with him, I got some normalcy.
Yeah.
Got to experience some of the normal childhood things.
For sure. For sure.
So so he's been probably older than her since he was 3 years old. He has always been helping her, like feeding her, like her pudding, and he would brush her hair and tie her shoes. Growing up, he would practice on her, and he still to this day he helps out with getting her breakfast in the morning. So he's going to be one hell of a partner when he
Absolutely.
decides to have his
The
own
patience
family,
on
or
that kid.
if he
Yeah.
ever wants to get married, his choice.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah.
What would you say is the hardest thing as far as finding resources
Oh gosh.
for your family?
Right now it's staffing.
Okay.
Resources, there's shortages in respite, trying to find people to come in to give us a break. Respite is basically a caregiver. So for people that don't know what respite is, we are part of North Bay Regional Center. So we're lucky to be in California where we have regional centers.
Yeah.
They're both funded by state and federal. And if your child qualifies to become a regional center client, then you are allotted respite hours. Sometimes you have to fight for those hours because not all the services are open. They're not made to parents. They're not known. So
Yeah.
you have to do your research and push. And once you get these resources, the biggest battle is finding the people to help care for your kiddo.
Yeah.
And are they going to be good with ABA? Like that's behavioral therapy. So
Yeah.
do they know that? Do they have that kind of background? Because that is really something that anyone who cares for my daughter and a lot of kids like her, they need someone who's trained in that.
For sure. Yeah.
So not only staffing issues, but knowing where to go and how to fight for those issues. But staffing is the biggest thing overall, not just in respite, but also in the school system. They're having shortages, whether it's special needs teachers, paraeducators, and just general teachers. I mean, there's a shortage, but getting the more specific to our kids that require a lot more
Yeah.
and have behaviors. Teachers are getting injured, paras are getting injured, and they're not replacing them because they don't provide them with a livable wage or provide them with accurate training. So they're not going to get people into that industry. They're not recruiting good enough, as well as they could be, because they're not paying them a decent wage and giving them the training.
Yeah.
When you could go work at McDonald's or any kind of fast food and make more.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
To think about. We've had conversations on this podcast about like how you should pay your teachers, man. I mean, the fact that teachers aren't up there with doctors and lawyers, I mean, how do you make a doctor and a lawyer? They were taught.
Like why don't you care about kids? Because that's,
Yeah. If they are
next,
future.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we were taught in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are the world. We are the children.
I mean, with the 80s is kind of when the trajectory of everything
Yeah.
started to change, and the economics never trickled down.
Yeah.
It's just the dangest thing. Like, so yeah, everything started to change then. So, but yeah, it's just like pay your teachers.
But even I would say the training, because I know the times that you were working at the school with kids with like on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I mean, he just kind of got thrown into it.
You're thrown in there. Here, do this tutorial 30 minutes on the computer. There's no hands-on training. There's no situational training. There's no, I mean, they don't know. It's hopefully someone that has some sort of background being in the field, whether they have a family member with special needs, they know of someone.
Oh, yeah, I had none.
Me neither. Raina was my first. So here's your child. Figure it out. No
Figure it out.
manual.
Yeah. And, there's the super quick to be like, all right, it's your kid now. Get out. Like that was the feeling that we felt like very much so when we had Robin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like the care and like them watching you once you have the kid, like and having it. And then once the kid's out of you, all right, stitch her up. Like, all right, we'll check back in. You're probably fine. Like, you want to leave him for a little bit, and then you can come back. No, what are you saying? Like, so yeah, it's wild that they're just like, all right, out. We got we got to put somebody else in your bed now. Like, come on, get, figure it out, have fun.
Women are birthing
Hope your
them
car
and they're out
seat's
of
in the
there.
right way. Like, yeah, they are just quick to get you
like a
and that
drive-through.
kid. Yes,
It is.
It is.
It is. So, and enjoy while you're there because it's
I
not
know,
very
right?
long.
Yeah, drive through and it doesn't come with a toy.
Right. Which I get why more people do home births because
Yeah.
Unless there's any sort of thing like umbilical cord wrapped around the neck or any kind of freaky thing, or if they're Raina was sunny side up and that was a lot of back labor.
Oh man.
You know, so you never know. I was doing all the funky fly positions with her trying to get her out.
just figuring it out.
Well,
I heard inversion.
She's gonna try and do on the side.
Yeah.
That's what she's been.
And the
trying
what?
To do. She's
I'm
gonna
going to
try.
push on. My goal is to push on the side. Just
Yeah.
because with Robin, I push for 3 hours on my back.
Okay.
And my tailbone's never been the same, which is why it's so irritated now.
Interesting.
And part of it is because you're not supposed to push on your back.
Well,
and like,
in third world countries, they're out squatting.
Yeah.
So, you know,
yeah.
it's
So,
the
I mean,
gravity too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried everything.
Yeah.
Except Kaiser didn't have the birthing tub. I thought that would have been cool. But
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't have that at Kaiser.
Yeah. So
I was moving all around.
trying whatever you can do. Yeah.
Whatever you can do to stay comfortable.
How would you say for her education has been?
Ooh. It has been a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
So I guess the classroom is only as good as the teacher who's qualified to run it, as well as the paras and their training.
Yeah.
She had an excellent time, kinder through third, because we had an excellent teacher.
Yeah.
And the aides were great. Come third, fourth, and fifth, that's where we hit our problem. The teacher was not good. The paras were okay. It was one particular para that had a track record of being abusive with the kids. And Raina was abused physically. So, of course, we had to have a lawsuit. And it took 5 years because of COVID. We won.
Yeah.
But the person who abused her was just made to retire early. And so, you know, she was older, I'd say in her 60s. So real nothing repercussions against that. We wanted more change. I wanted some sort of policy when you have compassion fatigue. If you're caring for someone who is getting on your nerves and you need a break, you should be able to say, time out, step in, or even another para recognizes this, you need a break, take some time off. We all have that. I mean, even as parents, you know, we get burnout.
Yeah.
So when you see that and you recognize it, there should be a protocol made or put in place for this. So that's what we wanted. We wanted to prevent this from happening to anybody else. And being as active as I am in the community, it's happening to my child. It's happening to other active members of our community too. So it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine that people don't have the education to fight back or have the means to, or English is their second language, it's, I'm sure they're bulldozing a lot of families because
for sure.
they can.
Yeah. That's such a shame.
It is.
So she's had a hard time those years. And then when we got to high school, back high, she had an excellent freshman year. She had a great teacher. And then the teacher left. And so all of her sophomore year, we had a para that was thrown in there to be a teacher, and he wasn't qualified and didn't do a good job. And we as parents got him pushed out because he was violating IEPs, not doing a great job.
Yeah.
Then her junior year, we've had a substitute all year. So they pulled someone out of retirement to come in. So that wasn't too bad because at least she kind of knew some stuff. So that was good. And now this year, her senior year, we have a brand new teacher. And so I'm hoping, she's learning.
Yeah.
But Raina's in a mod to severe class. And so it's a harder group of kids. So we need someone who knows their stuff and who's going to follow what needs to be done, making good goals on IEPs. And that's the hardest part. If people don't have an advocate.
Yeah.
I've been using an advocate since Raina was 4 years old. So, and even with an advocate, she still got abused. Things weren't being followed on IEPs. And it's hard. Even if you have the money to spend for this, it's still very difficult.
Yeah.
So just imagine the people that don't.
Yeah. For the mod to severe classes, how big are those classes? Just to get an
Normally
idea.
it's supposed to be between 5 to 8 kids.
Okay.
I think this year it's going to be 10,
For
so
one teacher.
one teacher,
Okay.
and depending on how many aides that they can hire.
Wow.
So because of our lawsuit, we were able to put in the IEP that Raina has a trained one-on-one that is an ABA background. So, and I got to pick the company.
Okay.
So that was part of, here, throw
Good
me a
deal.
bone. And
Yeah.
then they offered us speech therapy, or not speech, but music therapy
Okay.
that I had been fighting for to get.
Wow.
And they wouldn't do it until this abuse case happened. So, I hate that our system is reactive and not proactive.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nail on the head.
And I feel like that's with most things, right? Like you look
So as
at the
parents,
education
we
and-
don't have to be one step ahead. We have to be 5 steps ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dealing with our kids, dealing with the school system, making sure we have an advocate, making sure we have a lawyer up. Every family that has a special needs child better lawyer up because there's not enough lawyers to help us out.
Yeah.
In the
And
state of
you don't
California.
want to wait till there's a thing to find
No, just to
one.
have someone.
Yeah.
I've gone to many presentations. I try to be as involved as I can be, listening to guest speakers and different people. And so
Yeah.
you really want to make sure you are connected. Networking is key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. What do resources look like after she graduates? Does being over 18 change things?
It's once she gets out of high school, she goes to an adult school. So for her, it'll be Irene Larson. That's here in, for Solano, for Vacaville. And then going forward, then I just hope she can get into a day program. Currently, there's wait lists, and it's hard. Now, her list is going to be even smaller because the places that can take her with her behaviors is less.
Yeah.
So I am going to have to be, tricky, try to figure something out to make it work. Whether if I find my own respite person to go to these day programs with her, or if they will provide one. But I'm told you have to, once you're done at Irene Larson, that's when you're supposed to get on the wait list. And I'm not clear about that. So I'm going to try to get on that wait list as soon as I can, maybe as soon as she starts. And if she can get into the day program and leave Irene Larson early, then great, as long as it's a good fit for her. So after that, that's the cliff.
Yeah.
The supports and everything it's not there. It's not like you're in school where she gets to go to, school from 8 to 3 every day. It might be, a day program that's good, but I don't think they're all day. So I have to try to fill her day with activities after the day program's done.
Yeah. Okay.
So she'll need 24/7 care.
Yeah.
So maybe ILS or SLS services, it's independent living services or supportive living services.
Yeah.
And that's something I work with the regional center. But again, there's wait lists for everything because of the staffing issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I do want to circle back real quick to something you talked about earlier, which was compassion fatigue, which is fascinating to me. Because, you said it, and I'm like, duh. Obviously. For any parent or anybody who's caregiving in any capacity or ones who are doing both, it does become a point where you hit a wall where
You
it's
get
just
tired.
hey, I'm just I don't have anything left in the tank. And I love this person, but it's just, I'm on empty.
Correct.
Like, for you as a parent, like, what did that look like what did alleviation look like for you in those capacities? I mean, can you speak the dynamic between like you and your husband, or like they
It's
say it
always
takes
stressful.
a village? Was
Yeah.
there a village that was in place, and like when do you know that that's what's happening, and how do you signal each other in a tactful way that that's what's going on? And what does that look
Well, we
like?
kind of attack each other.
It's like
Burnout. Well, I'm the one that's at home. He's mostly at work. So he works a lot, which we need the income. So I get it. But it's also nice to have him around to help with her.
Yeah.
But it is key as parents, you have to make time for yourself, whether it's just going to the nail salon to get your nails done, or I run with Fleet Feet, or going to the gym to get that energy out instead of just, drinking or, doing something productive. Don't get me wrong, I do that too. You just have to try to balance as best as you can. And for us, the biggest key is getting that respite.
Yeah.
So finding those key people in your life to come to help. We were paying out of pocket for years until we got respite with Regional Center, and then we would find our own people and then have them get through their system to get vetted, and then they'll get paid directly by Regional Center. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And so we're always looking to hire because the turnover is great. Raina burns and turns them. Like maybe the last couple months, sometimes a year. We're lucky if we can get past a year. So just because their lives change, might be a good fit for them now, or they might get compassion fatigue from Raina because she's loud. The behaviors over time they wear. So, I mean, I get that. I know that as a parent. So as much as I can, I try to get out and be out of the house so I don't have to hear the yelling or the screaming. So for me, escape for respite. And I'm always looking for good people to join Raina's team.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm her case manager basically.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I manage it all. So I'm trying to make sure she's getting her needs met by she's going to her Team Vacaville activities, she's going to Camp Chaos, or she's going to, I don't know, whatever activities are happening. In Vacaville, we have the special needs division for activities. So if they have anything with the city, I try to get her to join, whether it's a dance party or as she's getting older, there's the soda group and the Found It group that are around for the older kids.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Do you find because of everything and with her behavior that you find yourself getting overstimulated easier by other things?
Oh yeah, I can't take loud noises anymore.
Yeah.
Like I react when I hear kids or a baby or a kid scream because I'm reactive because I know Raina's going to start screaming because that's a trigger for her. So I can't deal with the noises either anymore. Even if there's someone screaming on TV or on the radio, I'm like, nope, next, shut that off, lower that. I can't deal with the screaming.
You set your life to like a ASMR setting. Like it's got to be like a lot of like happy little treat, like just like Bob Ross as much as you can.
If it's a different, like for a sporting event, but if it's a toddler that's screechy, that's the one.
Yeah.
So different tones.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Yeah, the overstimulation thing.
Like you're
I think
shopping,
is
we were
real.
shopping at Winco today, and there's a baby or a toddler, and just screaming, and echoes in there. So then Raina's already screaming, and I'm like, oh, tensing up.
Well, it's almost like you're trying to filter her triggers to.
I can't.
make
Yeah,
it-
I know. All the time. Or if I'm driving, that's another one. When she's kicking the crap out of my seat, or she doesn't have her movie on, her DVD on, exactly as I get in the car. She's very impatient. She is like a New Yorker. Well, in the car, she sees traffic and we slow down. She starts banging the window and kicking my seat. And she's actually thrown her metal water bottle, trying to hit me, but I had the headrest here. And so I have an older vehicle, so I have the DVD player that hangs from the ceiling. Well, she knocked that. And that's like $1,000 later to fix that DVD screen. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather it hit my head. That'll heal.
Right.
Well, and because of that situation, you have to get it repaired.
Yeah,
Like, because what does your
then she's
travel
screaming and
look
doing
like?
that the whole time. And then she has no patience to wait, and that's the hardest thing we're trying to work on with ABA is increase her wait skills and noise tolerance. If we can get that under control, I think it'd be so much better.
Yeah.
Let me know the weight skills thing, because even with our son, I'm like, can we just pass?
Well, developmentally, she's around 3, so
Yeah.
it's that developmental age.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't like waiting either. So. Yeah. Let me know what tips
But
you got.
Imagine in a bigger body,
Yeah. Nope.
and the strength.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that she's a girl, because if she was a boy, there's no way. I mean, when they get pissed off and have their tantrums, superhuman strength. So
Yeah.
I could take her at least if I have to.
Yeah. Did you guys, I mean, even though you're her parents, did you find that you needed your own training for as like the physicality thing?
I just actually, our family did CPI training.
Okay.
Thanks to Debbie Davis and her team.
Oh,
so
awesome. Okay.
with Special Care Services, through Regional Center, we were able to get funded to finally get trained as parents to have good holds and how to redirect. Because they don't give it to parents. I mean, they're supposed to give it to people that work in the schools, but why not parents too?
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
especially if the kiddos are more aggressive, you have to be able to hold them in a way that's not going to hurt them, but also keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like that also helps because if you have similar training as what they're getting in schools, then like the holds are similar.
Right.
And so for her, it's a familiar type of thing. And so it kind of goes across the board, I feel like. in
Right.
that. Yeah, that makes sense. What would you say, turning a little bit, what are some of the unexpected joys or lessons you have learned from everything?
Well, I've definitely learned more patience.
Right?
If I'm out at a restaurant and I hear a kid carrying on or people are having a hard time, I have more compassion for them. As maybe before I had kids, I would have been like, why are they bringing that child here? Or,
Yeah.
you know, something like that. The other piece is meeting some of the awesome parents that I've met through our Parents Empowering Parents.
Yes.
So I wouldn't have never met them if we didn't all win the genetic lottery, you know? So.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's such, the groups that I've been around when you've had me around, I mean, they're so fantastic.
Right?
And I still
I mean-
talk to them. And so, yeah.
And to be able to support one another, like, hey, I'm having this issue. What's working for you? What's not? Hey, what service did you get? How did you get that service? Or I don't know, how'd you find that respite person? Or where should we go for that?
Yeah.
I mean, they're great to have, and you find yourself hanging out more with those kind of people or families because they get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, not quite the same, but like we've even found like since becoming parents that when you are around people that don't have kids, it's different. And it's no shot
No.
at them, but it's just,
They just have no frame of reference
Yeah.
Right.
of what this entire life is like. I mean, even from like a scheduling thing. Like,
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
you get friends that don't have kids and you're trying to plan something with them. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm not sure yet. Let me get back to you." And it's like, "Homie, pull out your calendar right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's on your phone. Swipe up. Like, give me something.
Yeah.
Because this is the third time that I've hit you up
Yeah.
to try and schedule something." They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll just figure it out." The hell we will.
exactly. If
We
it's not
have-
in here, I've got this, and this already booked for that same time.
This is
Yeah.
the time frame.
Yeah.
We have this time blocked out for you. And they're just like, oh, all right. And so, yeah, sometimes certain friends can get defensive, but yeah, it's like you have to be around people who get it, you know, or at least are aware enough to see it.
yeah.
To be like, oh, okay, you're going through something different. All right, how can I
Right.
be more compassionate and empathetic and try and meet you where you're at with this, as opposed to just like,
And there's some great people out there that just get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but I don't expect people to if they don't have to live this kind of lifestyle. So
For sure. Well, and the thing you were saying about patience, absolutely, especially after my brother was diagnosed. He was diagnosed around 2 as well. But in that learning triggers and when you're out in public, like, oh no, I get like when the kids are having a full on meltdown in the middle of Target or whatever. And yeah, you are more compassionate for the situation. Because I think before, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, spoiled brat, they didn't get the toy that they wanted. And it's like, 99% of the time, especially in special needs cases, it had nothing to do with the toy.
Right.
And something else.
I've
set
been
this
where
off.
an adult, you know, dropped to the floor and I'm like, hey, do you need any assistance? They're like, nope, I got it. I'm like, okay, just know, hey, I see you.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's different. And it's to get to a place where I think people are going to get embarrassed regardless, depending on
yeah.
things. But to get to a place where you feel seen and supported when you're out in public and not just be like, oh, everybody's staring at me right now.
I've learned to just tune it out because I don't care anymore. But my
Yeah.
husband, he still gets really embarrassed about it. So
Yeah. Okay.
But he's at work most of the time, so when he does have to go out with her, he's like, oh.
well, and that's probably part of the reason why too is just like being at work more. It's like
An
you're
escape.
not around in those. Well, you're not in those situations where you like are given the space to be like, I don't care, you know. And so like since I don't want to say few and far between, but since it's substantially less than what you're exposed to,
Yeah.
I think that's probably where it's just like, man, that we're out doing this, and it's just like. you're like, homie, this is every day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like if I sit here and sweat the small stuff about what some stranger over there is thinking
Yeah,
about me, who I'm not, I don't care. Like my focus is this. And, you know, we're just like, oh, well, but what they say, you know, that wasn't a good look. You know, and so, yeah, I think that's probably got a lot to do with it. Is just you're in it. You're in the weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say the difference is between being supportive and being performative when it comes to inclusion for kids with disabilities?
For me personally, I mean, in the past we've had play dates and things that I would organize. This summer, I'm letting others kind of take on that role just because now Raina's getting older and she can't tolerate some of the younger kids' noises.
Yeah.
I'm trying to call onto the newer parents that are getting their kiddos diagnosed. I need you guys to step up and be more involved. For us personally, we have the play dates and the get-togethers and as much as we can be. School is a whole other ballgame, but what's in our control is we just meet up as much as we can to give the kids something to do, especially in summertime when school's out, because that's the hardest time for our kids because they like structure, they like routine. I know there's a swim play date on Friday.
Beautiful. I love that.
During the summer, we just take turns.
Yeah. For other parents listening, whether they're just beginning their journey or years into it, what's something you want them to hear and hold on to?
Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and it's going to be a roller coaster. Some years are going to be good, some are going to be hard, even months. You know, it just depends. Take it with a grain of salt, and you have to learn as you go. Because, like we said, they don't come with the manual. You have to figure your kiddo out, and what is going to best meet their needs. What the therapies that they need? Are you going to have the right advocate to help you with the school system? I mean, all of it. A lot of the kids are having trouble with feeding, or they're having trouble with behaviors, or whatever that may be. And the thing of it is get in with our Parents Empowering Parents or any other special needs support group, because when you're in the thick of it, it's hard. It really is. And so you do need a village to help. Yeah. And parents are the best resource. So don't just rely on the regional center or your advocate, or maybe they might not know everything. Parents are the wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. How do you protect your mental health when it comes to, I feel like especially this year, there's been ever-changing things in the systems and budget cuts and everything, where it's like, well, you need to know what's going on, but if you absorb it all, that has to play a toll on.
It's very painful, especially when your family members don't see how it's hurting your family, and they think it's not real. It's only for the people who are doing things illegally, and it's only for the people that are abusing the systems. You know, they just trust blindly. I said, why don't you join in on some of these conference Zooms that we're doing with the disability organizations? I'm learning from the disability organizations that support Raina and kids like our families. Yeah. It's really hard. It's draining. And so I just share as much as I can. People probably get sick of it, but I figure the more people that learn about it, who maybe at some point they're going to open up their eyes and say, hey, this is wrong, what's happening. Maybe get on the right side of history.
Yeah, because you're like, this year. And it's just like, what's happened this year? What are you talking about? What do you mean? And it's just like, oh, only everything. Right? But,
and then we're worried about the future. Funding, what's that going to look like? Because it's not going to hit us this year. It's not next. It's going to be 2027.
Yes.
And that's, and she's an adult. And that's where all of the housing services, our continued respite. Because if I lose respite, there goes compassion fatigue, right?
The ripple effect. Correct. In the future. And it's like, if we don't stand up
and how are we going to get these things back once we lose everyone from these fields? Because there's already staffing shortages.
Yeah. So trying to get everybody back into it.
It's like Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It is. It is. So it's just there needs to be more understanding, like you said, where it's just like, why don't you just like come over here and sign into this meeting with me, and you can educate yourself and you can actually see, because like that's the only way people are going to actually change.
But if they don't care, if it doesn't hit them directly, they do not care. But it'll eventually hit them because it trickles down.
Yeah,
it does. It does. And that's where it's just like, but if you wait for it to get
you have to be proactive and not reactive.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because it's going to take so long to turn it around once it gets there. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, let's do something about it now. That way it isn't just like, I'm trying to help you not get knocked on your ass, homie. Like, so let's not wait till it gets to that point. How about you just hear out what's actually going on in the real world and try and see it with your own two eyes and actually get your hands dirty in it. And then, oh, okay, well, it's not exactly what I thought it was. Maybe I was wrong with that, but so many people are just into protecting their confirmation biases that they have.
Correct.
You know, it's so much to look in the mirror and go like, oh man, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and people I care about were negatively impacted by me just being ignorant to a
Complacent.
situation and not paying attention to it and turning a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
That's a hard pill for most people to swallow, especially for the first time. If you've been going your whole life just trying to stay away from that feeling, like you will go at great lengths.
Well, the red states are going to be the
other way.
first to get hit the hardest.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who voted. So,
Yes.
you know,
exactly. So
we're
it's
lucky
like,
in a sense that California backs our families in general.
there's at least
So-
it seems like in California there's at least an added barrier in certain things to where it's just like, okay, but it's like,
We
all
still
right,
have to fight for things.
you do, because who knows when those barriers get stripped away or when they wear down over time. It's just like, what's on the other side of that?
I know. That's why I'm so active in our caregivers union,
Yeah.
SCIU Local 2015,
Yeah.
because we need it. We
Yeah.
need unions to protect our workers. So
Well, and I think it's hard because I feel like so many people rely on whatever their news channel is and they don't go outside of that bubble. And like
True.
you were saying, if you were to join these meetings and actually be in front of the people that it's affecting or the
Correct.
companies that are about it and not just rely on either side, whatever your news station is, and to be a part of it, you're going to see things differently.
right, that's why we're always told to share our stories, share our experiences, maybe open someone's eyes to, hey, we're not all lazy. We're not all out to scam the system. Or, you know, I mean, these systems are in place to protect people like Raina, and we need to fight for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's important to have a balanced diet of information, if you're going to consume news, which I recommend you don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
hard.
mean, like, it's really hard nowadays, you know, but if you're going to consume in that degree, in that space, I think a balanced diet of different opinions is really important. Like, you can't just eat chicken fried steak every day. And that's what it's like, just getting, I turn on this one channel or I have this one app and that's where I get everything. And it's just like, you can't do that. If you're going to consume the information in that capacity, you've got to, okay, well, what's about this one? What about this one? And okay, let's try and get some more. And if I don't understand these people more, maybe I need to start talking to them a little bit better so that way I could see what really is going on instead of just believing blindly what I'm told by one information source, which unfortunately now most news sources are just selling to advertisers. So it's not
Right.
really as much about like informing people as much as it is how do we keep people watching so that way we can sell more ads,
Right.
which is not the way to go. Social media being the same way.
Yeah.
So yeah, having a balanced diet of information, if you're going to seek information out, is so crucial. Checking your sources,
Yes,
confirming,
sources.
check your sources. That's a really important thing. Don't just share something you
Snopes.
saw online.
Check
Yeah,
out
I
Snopes.
mean, like, check your sources and try and talk to somebody. Like, I mean, if there's information that you're hearing about a certain group of people that you're just like, well, they're doing that. Do you know anybody in your own personal life who is of that group that is being
know.
talked about? And can you reach out to them? And inversely, if you don't have anybody in your life who is a member of that group, maybe that speaks to that you need to diversify your circle a
Nail
little
on
bit
the head
more,
right
man.
there.
Like, I mean, maybe
you can never have enough friends. You know what I mean?
can't, you know? So, I mean, it's really good to like constantly be going like, all right, do I need to go outside of my own circle here so I can better understand other people? I know conservatives like harping on so much of the stuff that we're talking about, but it was Abraham Lincoln. There was a quote where he's like, I don't like that guy. I guess I should get to know him better. And it's just like, my guy, that's so the point. Like, I
Right.
mean, so instead of raising your fists or going, oh, well, this is just what's happening right here because of this information source. No, that's like step one in many steps that you need to take to better understand the nuances of a situation that is really multifaceted. Nothing's black and white. There's so much nuance to things, and it's a shame that people don't understand that.
And memes are not a source.
Memes are not a source.
Memes are not a
A meme you saw on Instagram
Doesn't
is not
make
a
it
source.
true.
That is not proof of anything other than somebody knew how to use Photoshop or Canva to put words
I need a class.
over. I know, right? They put words over a picture. That is not a source of information. Okay.
And just because they said somebody said this doesn't make it so.
I know. I'm somebody. I could have said it.
There you go. Start
can-
creating your own.
I can quote Wikipedia after having just updated the Wikipedia page myself. Like, so
Because
yeah.
everybody can edit Wikipedia.
Yes,
so that's the
exactly.
thing.
man.
So yeah, so
not
memes
safe.
memes aren't a news source, y'all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lastly, I think last thing, I mean, I feel like you've listed off a lot of organizations.
Oh.
But are there any that maybe we didn't mention today that you're like,
Boy, put me on the spot. Let me try to think of all of them. Mom brain right here.
I get
I just mentioned SEIU Local 2015. You know, all our parents empowering parents. They can always message me to be added to our Facebook group as well as our email list because I do share as much as I can.
are they
via
only
email.
California based in there? Okay.
Only California because we don't really know what's going on in other states.
sure.
So I can't
Sure.
help advocate for
Sure.
what's going on in other
sure.
states. So at least with our regional centers in California, that unifies us. We operate under the same rules. Let's see. My friend Krista Poe and Angel Hickson own a podcast, or they run a podcast too for the special needs crew.
I love Krista.
Special kind of chaos. That's what theirs is called.
Okay.
And then Angel and Debbie Davis and Dawn. They run the Camp Chaos, and her daughter Hannah. Raina was just at Camp Swim this week. She's participated probably the last 5-6 years, maybe more. I can't keep track, but every summer that she has it, Raina has a great time. So that's great.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what are some of the other organizations?
You're good. You can give us the list after and we
I
can
know, I'll have
post
to give a
them.
list. I'm trying to think on the top
We
of my
can
head.
post
but-
them after. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know you listed so many just throughout, but I
And
mean,
my friend Pokum, she and Carmen, they are part of the pageant crew,
Yeah.
and so they're advocating a lot. You guys know Carmen from the gym,
yeah.
doing their thing involving our special needs children to have the division for them.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing in this, because this is primarily like Northern California based, and this is how many outlets there are just in Northern California. So
Right.
really, it's just doing your research.
Right.
Like, there's so many different outlets that I don't think people realize for them that they're
There's
just
a lot
not
of
looking.
organizations. You just have to put in the research,
Yeah.
contact them,
Yeah.
and finding the time to do it because some parents are knee deep in the
Yeah.
the stuff. So they
What
just
a-
have to have a break.
What a great way to put ChatGPT to work, right? If you're trying to find resources, I mean, be
Right.
very clear and concise with your prompts with ChatGPT, and you could probably find a
Vacaville
decent
support
amount of-
groups, Fairfield support
Yeah,
groups.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, and
That's a
like
good
you were
place to
saying
start.
earlier, like being an advocate, because it almost feels like some of it is like a secret menu type thing. Like you don't know
Yeah.
it's a resource until you are searching for it. And
And
asking
parents
for
don't know
it.
what they don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like what can the regional center offer me?
Mm-hmm.
And the service coordinators don't say, "Hey, you qualify for this, this, and this."
Yeah.
You have to ask for it because there's limited dollars.
Yeah.
Limited budget.
So they
if
can't
you don't ask
advertise
for it,
everything.
you're not going to receive it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, do you have any other questions?
I don't know. It's fantastic.
This has been great.
I hope
Thank
I didn't
you
leave anything out. Sorry, people, if I forgot you.
It's all good. And like I said, we'll link stuff in the description if
Yeah.
there's anything that you forgot or anything like
Okay.
that we could put in the description for the episode. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. I know I see you constantly sharing everything under the sun, and it doesn't go unnoticed, like how much you were fighting, not only for your family, but I think for everybody's family. You have taken that on for better or worse at times, and it really, really shines through of just how much
thank
you
you.
want everybody to have support. And
They need it.
yeah, there's nothing
deserve
wrong with
it.
that. Yeah. So good on you for doing everything that you do, being out there as much as you are. I feel like you're involved in so many things. On top of what you have going on is insane to me at times. But so shout out to you and thank you so much for doing this.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. And we
Anytime.
appreciate y'all for listening and watching. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a very nice positive comment. And sound off the comment if you've got experiences that kind of mirror a little bit of what we were talking about today. And then maybe you could find a community within
Or
the
if
comments.
you know resources in your area, leave it in the comments.
Leave it in
'cause
the
it'll help
comments.
somebody.
Please do. If you know resources for your area, leave it in the comments so that way we can help make the information as easily accessible as humanly possible. We'll be back next time with the Two Tired Parents podcast. I'm Miles Weber,
I'm Heather Weber.
and we will see y'all next time.
Make that 3 tired parents.